first started fighting, I didn't think the sport would ever get this popular.
Yeah.
And then we saw a couple of different phases. Like the first phase we saw when their first episode of Ultimate Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
When you saw that one when what's his name, Forrest Griffin and the guy that passed away. It's bad I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Stephen Bonner.
Okay.
R.I.P. Stephen Bonner.
Yeah.
When their fight was legendary, like that fight alone saved the UFC because if it didn't work, that reality show stuff didn't work, the UFC was already like 150 million in the hole or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, they was going to pull the rug, right? The investors.
Yeah.
So that fight saved them, and so we saw a big jump from that, and UFC become like more of a household name.
So the Ultimate Fighter thing really paid off.
Their first season Ultimate.
Because I just remember that clip of who was it? You who kicked the door?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember what season that was. That was my second time.
The door off?
By this time, that was like season 7.
Yeah.
So that their show became a big success. I was the first coach that they brought back to do another season because my first season did good numbers on the views, right? Then that season with the door broke the records.
Bro, that's a meme now.
Yeah, and even Conor McGregor didn't break those records. I was surprised. I thought when they had Conor McGregor on there, he was going to break those records. So like I was saying, then when Conor came over to the UFC, then now the UFC and Conor McGregor become a household name. So so the sport has evolved a lot. When I first got into it, I'm like the second wave of pioneers. There was pioneers before me when there was no rules. That's right before me. There was no rules. I came in right when they changed the rules. The fight when
wasn't it like they was like fighting odd fights? Like
no weight classes and no rules. And so my first time going to the UFC, the guy who got me involved in fighting, he was 17 years old and he fought in the UFC. I think it was UFC 20. And that was the first fight they had when they changed the rules. Because I remember he lost a fight due to elbows, strikes in the back of the head, which was illegal.
Yeah.
Now, but the referee,
they allowed it then.
They allowed it the show before, but this show now is illegal. So he didn't. He stopped the fight, but then he made a mistake because it was an illegal blow, and the guy that fought was complaining like, "Hey, that's illegal," and you can't go back after the referee's decision, right? So he should have got an immediate rematch and everything, but it was a whole shit show. And so I wasn't even a fighter then. I had just started training and doing, so I hadn't even had a fight yet. And then I started fighting, and so I'm the second wave of pioneers, and I came right after they changed the rules where there was rules, and now no one knew anything about MMA. It was like only the hardcore fans would recognize me and stuff until now. Like I'm surprised